But here's another zany opening. So there you have it.
Oh, we're back?
We are back.
Are we live?
We are live.
Yeah. Is this thing on?
Everybody, this is Tony and Chris back for another TigerSox review for the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet.
This is a take two, actually.
This is actually
we
a
don't
take
really
two.
do that here.
Not very often.
You just
but,
surprised me with a take two.
Well, you know, sometimes these things happen.
The makeup, the hair, the lighting.
That's just it.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite in full
weren't
form
red
yet,
enough.
you know. That was
Yeah.
it. I'm a Red Sox fan. You gotta have a red face.
And then, of course, over my shoulder here, we got nuclear winter.
Almost looks like, the part where the ghost comes through.
Yeah. Give me your beer and it floats away. So yeah, we're gonna review a beer. Imagine that.
Imagine that.
That's kind of our job. We don't actually have jobs. We wait for the next video.
We wait for the next video.
We make
they put
13
us,
cents an hour.
We join Ted Williams' head in a state of cryo-freezing, and they bring us back out to do another review. So,
Better than Ted Nugent's head.
well, yeah. I'm not sure that's even washed. So
Yeah, it's got shit in it to avoid the draft.
the draft.
So yeah, let's talk beer. Let's review beer.
Last time we did a Sierra Nevada beer. We liked it so
true.
damn much, we decided let's do another one.
Let's do another Sierra Nevada beer. Yeah, I mean we live in Nevada, so there you go.
Indeed.
Hello everybody, Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
This beer's been around a while. They've been brewing this. It's a seasonal.
I'm not sure how many years. they've
Several
been
years. I don't really know the first year.
First
They.
introduced in '83, actually.
Oh well, crap! Look at you actually reading something before we continue.
Let us see at its finest.
Bigfoot is a beast of a beer, which the reputation does precede itself. Kind of already knew it was a big beer. Brimming with bold, there's too many B's. Bigfoot is a beast of a beer, brimming with bold, bittersweet malt flavor. Are you kidding me?
Every time you I'm going to say it will be on my head.
And heaps of whole cone Pacific Northwest hops. I never think of hops in barley wine. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just like I know it's there, but it's barley wine. I don't think of like.
Reading up on barley wine. Now, this is something I didn't know until actually last night. Barley wine actually used to be the name specifically given to a brewer's highest ABV beer. Didn't matter what variety it was. If whatever your highest ABV was, even if your highest ABV was say a 7.8, that was your barley wine. That was the phrase for your highest beer, whether it was throughout the year,
regardless of style. Huh?
regardless of style, it didn't make any difference. Now we Americans are the ones who've actually not overhopped, but have super hopped the barley wines, and in fact we're the ones who actually turned it into a style. So I don't know. I grew up in the 70s and 80s and 90s like Tony did. I was always led to believe that the only places you could get decent beer were outside of the U.S. I was out during that time. It was American beers are shit. You got to go to Germany. You got to go blah 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 blah.
Right.
And yet when you go to GABF and you look at the scores from all the the past 15 years, Americans are taking so many medals. At this point in history, in 2018. America actually is the finest purveyor of beers. We just do. We have produced more award-winning beers than any other country over the past 15 years, and it just seems to accumulate more and more.
And we'll enjoy that while the run lasts, and we'll see how long it goes.
Indeed. And the truth of the matter, barley wine is one of my favorite varieties of beer, and it's so super. I've never had a Bigfoot. Actually, I think I may have like on tap at the creek or something, but I've never gone and bought myself a bottle of Bigfoot and said, this is my Bigfoot.
Well,
I'm going to drink it.
This might be a cool experience then, because as you stated, having a draft, having a bottle, having a can, you can have 3 different experiences.
It's true.
And since this beer has been around for 35 years.
85?
1983.
Yeah.
1983.
Oh, yeah, that's specific. Yeah, 83, yeah.
And it says it's a cult classic prized by beer collectors. So, honestly, as big of a fan I am of Sierra Nevada, I mean, I'm a huge, huge fan. We talked about that last week. This is not a beer I actually have sampled much.
Well, you're not a big barley wine fan. Anyway.
I'm not a big barley wine fan, but everything Sierra Nevada touches to me turns to gold. And they really challenge my my palate. I mean, they always do. And that's kind of said that last week. So if you're watching anybody from Sierra Nevada, keep watching our channel. I'm just going to keep praising the hell out of it.
Damn straight.
But barley wines, such as the one at Tenaya Creek, is Old Jackalope.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy. If I'm in the mood for something a little more complex, a little more savory, not so hoppy, then yeah, I will go the route of a barley one. So
And truth be told, I really wasn't even sure that Tony was going to want to drink this beer. I just gave him an out right away, saying, "I know you don't like barley
He
wines."
did
but,
try. He said, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Absolutely," because first of all, it's a 2018 Bigfoot. I haven't tried it yet. It's a Sierra Nevada beer. I have to at least try it. That's it.
yeah, there
That's
you go.
it. It's Sierra Nevada. Pop the top. We haven't shown this into the camera in quite a while, but we've kind of avoided this for a while. But Shazam, Taza,
Huzzah.
sorry, Shazam,
Shazam,
Taza, and
huzzah.
Bippity Boppity Boo, and other magical words. All right. Okay.
Flippity flu.
Flippity flu.
And you liked it.
I don't like the way things are today. For all you Dana Carvey fans out there.
Lots of smoke off the top of that bottle.
Lots of smoke. Interesting cap too. I have not. Well, it makes sense. I haven't had the 28 Bigfoot yet, but this is the cap exclusively for this beer. So I think we're gonna get more.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're gonna get
Getting
more
that, raisiny, molasses, all those deep fig.
fig. I just thought fig.
Fruity
Fig
smells
is-
you get from a barley wine.
Fig came to mind almost right away for me.
Yeah, and depending upon, I imagine I'm going to like this a lot, but if I like it a hell of a lot, probably I'm going to be having to get a bottle of this to age it. ABV on this, once again, is...
Yeah, I was just about to say it's a 9.6%,
Oh, okay.
and this particular bottle was packaged on December 7th, 2017. So, 7.5 months basically, but it's a barley wine.
Well,
It's not.
especially for a high ABV like that.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's not going to impact it. If anything, it might even help it. So,
worried. Tony is pouring these into goblets. Goblets are the preferred.
got a Tenaya Creek one here. There you go.
Here for the creek.
Creek again. We have constant love for the Creek. For you,
Next
sir.
time, I
Because
believe this is
Chris
one of
demands
those.
that I pour.
Well, you have a friend
Here
who's
we
good
go
at
again.
something.
Like you can't pour a good beer.
I can't. Let's just
I don't believe
let's
it.
just call a spade
Sir,
a
you're the
spade.
blue collar beer gourmet for a
And
reason.
I can't pour, and that's just let's accept the reality. I cannot pour.
And my glass is from Mud Shark. They're
Everybody's bad as you are good. So
oh, please.
it's just the truth.
Wrong. Jack Jamal. Mud Shark. They're from Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Pretty cool place.
Yeah,
I don't use their
Nice
glass very
brewery.
often. So.
good beers.
Yeah, definitely getting fig. Maybe raisin, like you had said.
Maybe a little bit of pear, or just like a fruit combination. I mean, even getting some molasses on this.
Getting
A little bit of nuttiness.
Getting a little bit of the alcohol too.
Oh yeah.
Not like in your face, but
Honestly, I could even get a little bit of marzipan. Like there's almost an almondy kind of smell.
That's
There
interesting.
is some nice lacing on that. Going to show you that lacing.
That's an
It's been there
interesting
for a few
marzipan.
seconds now.
Interesting. Yeah, very nice lacing. Glass is hugging this stuff pretty strongly here. So, yeah.
And this is, you are seeing, I'm going to say you're maybe at most 1.5 shades darker. That's pretty close to the color of the beer. I love it when the color actually comes through on
This
the
kind of
camera.
reminds me of a kettle, like a kettle color.
There you go. Yeah, like a copper kettle. Yeah.
Copper kettles that you would see for sale, maybe at Cracker Barrel or whatever.
Mhm.
Shall we?
Shall we? Cheers.
Are you not done smelling? I don't want to
No,
stop. I don't want to.
And I'm smelling.
The
just a
man
little bit.
needs to swirl and smell. Oh my God! Immediately, like a flavor bomb.
I'm going to describe that as probably a medium mouthfeel, not overly spiky, but there is some spike to it.
This beer wasted no time at all, like exploding on your tongue, just instantly.
Yeah, this is a higher ABV than the last one we had, and yet I got to say that I'm getting even less alcohol burn from it, though. It is there. You do get that 9.8,
For sure. Yeah.
but it's not overly. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
feeling a lot of burn in the back of my
I
throat.
think that's because of this is not a barrel aged. I don't know. I'm getting to the point where barrel aged beers to me are starting to become everyone tastes the same. There are exceptions.
It's an overdone fad. It
Yeah.
really
This
really
last
is.
week when we did the other Sierra Nevada trip in the woods, that was one of the exceptions to me
Mhm.
because there was maple and butterscotch that kind of took over. But I would agree with you with the alcohol, the flavor of alcohol being a little more tamed, a little tempered down on this one. Yeah. So
Nice and fruity. This is not as chewy as some of the other barley wines that I've had.
that's a good. Yeah, I agree with that. This is a little smoother than barley wines I've had in the past. Yeah.
That being the case,
Look at
I
the
don't know that I
lacing,
would
that's
necessarily want to I don't know that I'm going to buy one to age, to be honest with you. Normally, I don't age anything that's less than 10 point, but because it is so mellow, and that's the thing is that aging does end up mellowing it.
Right.
I do kind of like that sort of chewiness of a barley wine. So I don't think I would want this any more mellow than it really is. If you're big into barley wines and you like that almost motor oil consistency of them, and and the fact that you have to floss afterwards because you've got bits of beer in the gaps of your teeth,
and rinse.
then,
Rinse and spit.
exactly. Then I would say drink your Bigfoot right away. Don't age it.
And don't taunt him either, because those commercials, it never
I'm
works
saying
out.
that is
You
one.
get hurled across the sky in a beanbag or a sleeping
I
bag.
gotta wonder what sort of idiot taunts a Bigfoot anyway. I mean, the guy's
I'll drink one that will not taunt one.
8 feet tall, 480 pounds, and all muscle, and you're gonna taunt him? What the
Don't
hell's
talk
the matter
about
with
Sarah Huckabee Sanders that way. What's wrong with you?
you?
Jesus Christ. Anyway, back to the beer.
Back
We're
to the
throwing
beer.
more comedy into this
Yeah,
one
why not?
because we've had two strong beers.
Exactly.
Uh,
So anyway, guys, hey, how you doing?
I'm attracted to Chris right now. I don't know. I like the carbonation too in this because it's noticeable, but it's not too bubbly. It's not too soda-y.
Yeah, and that's the thing too.
It
Is
lends itself.
barley wines are known for being low in carbonation. Some have even gone so far as to describe barley wines as being flat. This has
This
enough
one's odd.
carbonation to get it
Yeah.
a little spring.
Right,
to it,
exactly.
a little,
Yeah, it lends it just gives it a little kick. It's not bubbly by any stretch of the imagination, but it's got a little presence of some carbonation going on there. I dig it. I think it's a really good interpretation of a barley wine. Again, I'm not a barley wine nut. Like I don't really go out and like, ooh, I must find barley wines, but I would score it because it's represents the style really well. I'd probably give it a 4.0.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, 4.0.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's not the best barley wine I've had, but like I said,
Do you recall the best barley wine?
my favorite barley wine is Blood Moon from Joseph James, the orange, blood orange barley wine.
We had that a while
We did
ago.
review. Yep.
Yes. Oh my God. You have
That
such a
still
good
remains
memory.
that still remains my favorite barley wine. And actually, what's that place? The Vegas brewery, the casino brewery, not
777?
no,
Chicago?
they're out there in Henderson. Well, anyway, they have a good barley wine there. But no, this is good. I'm gonna say actually, if you are
Barley Brothers?
trying, yeah,
We have 28 seconds.
yes, if you are okay, if you are trying to develop a taste for barley wines.
Sorry.
Oh, you know what? I don't think you paused it or you
we
restarted
did
it after.
restart it,
Yeah,
right. Sorry, everybody.
but if you're trying to develop a taste for
Please.
barley wines, I would say this is a good one to go to.
Yes.
Now, it's still going to hit you like a barley wine. If you hate barley wines, then I don't think you're going to like this. But if you're just, you're saying, okay, this is a variety that maybe I could give a chance, I'd say go with the Bigfoot. I really would.
I would too, because at least you can rely on the fact that it's experienced, well, established breweries such as Sierra Nevada,
Mhm.
making a beer that you can try to introduce yourself. I wouldn't want to try a barley one for the first time from some startup wannabe, because I kind of think it's a little more obscure of a style. So
It's true.
You know,
I mean, you
just-
don't see that many of them on the shelves when you go to.
no, in fact, not too many breweries, like actual just small scale, everyday size, local breweries, they don't touch them usually.
I gotta
It's
say,
kind of
I
unusual.
forget the name of the specific name of it, but 21st Amendment made a barley wine in a can. I did not like that, so I don't know that. I mean, as much as I like canned beers, and I have my two
Can't like it
hashtags
all.
on a lot of them are canned beers and cans are better. I don't know that barley wine lends itself to can. I think it's one of those beers that has to be bottled. But
I can see that. Yeah. But I'm impressed. I mean, it's been a long time since I've had the Bigfoot, so I'm glad that you brought it over and we got to revisit it again. So I recommend it. It's pretty tasty.
now I got 38 seconds.
Now we have 30 seconds left. Any last second to
No.
check back with us next week and another beer that we did not get from Chris Leland. I mean,
Another beer we did
we're
not
on
get
a
from
roll,
Chris
3 in a row.
And tomorrow is my birthday, so
shit, I
don't forget
forgot.
to send me lots of beers and lots of comments and lots of subscriptions on YouTube.
I forgot.
Until next time, everybody, drink good
Drink
beer.
good beer and don't
Don't
forget
break the
your
bank
friend's
doing it.
birthday. And don't break the bank.
Oh, really, really quickly, I think I paid $1.79 for this beer.